Right. Recording in progress. Hi, Bowan, everyone. Welcome to the Prabodha Dewanarayana podcast show. So, in my podcast show, I'm trying to do something different. Sometimes I talk about politics, and sometimes I talk about arts, culture, AI, technology, that sort of things. So today I have a very special guest whom I met when I was in India. I went to India for a conference. So there I met this wonderful human being. So we like to welcome Ashutosh. Namaste, bhai. Welcome to our podcast.
Prabodha.
Okay, Ashutosh. I had different conversations with Ashutosh in India and online as well. So, Ashutosh, let's start from the beginning. Let's give a small, brief introduction about yourself, who you are, where are you from, and your background, your academic qualification, and that sort of things. Yeah.
So hi Prabodh. I have known you professionally, but we didn't get so much time to know each other's background. So let me introduce myself. I am Ashutosh Singh, born and brought up in India in Delhi, which is the capital of India. So for me, if I have to summarize me in my childhood, I was kind of average student. I wouldn't say that I was the topper, but yeah, I was very curious. In some subjects, I was like intelligent. I will not claim myself as genius, but yeah, curious. I used to blame that I was lazy enough not to study that much. If I would have studied so much, I would have gotten good marks. But yeah, somehow I came to college and I did my graduation from University of Delhi, which is a kind of a premier institute in India. Like University of Delhi has a like good name, alumni status, and everything. So in my college days, I really become consistent in my studies and I topped my college. Then there's something called as in India, there is something a prestigious exam of getting into civil services or bureaucracy of India. So that exam is like kind of tough because we are like 1.4 billion people. So I gave that exam for 3 4 years, couldn't make it in the end. So I thought, okay, now I have passed my university. I have a good degree, but still I'm unemployed, skillless. So that time I did some short-term courses in technology in data science and data analyst. And that time I joined as an analyst in a startup in India in Delhi, and there I worked for 4 years. I was like doing their HTML, their content analysis, their SEO, and figuring out little bit tech in web development. So I did that for 4 years. And at that
Mhm.
time, I thought, okay, like my curiosity and my passion is academics. I need to have
Mhm.
a PhD. So I moved to PhD. Okay. And I have been doing a PhD like from last 2.5 years. I'm doing my
Mhm.
PhD in information science, and it has been going good, you can say. And that's how I like now work in information science, understanding
Mhm.
like how the information currency, how the information world revolves around, and how the things are going to get impacted by with upcoming
Mhm.
technologies like mostly AI and all these things.
Got it. Very nice. And Ashutosh, when you were talking, you thought that you were an average student back in the school, but once you get into the college, you took these academic things seriously and you continue with it, and you were like really consistent with it. So even myself and a lot of people who are watching this program, most of them are undergrads or pursuing their masters and even pursuing their PhDs. So could you please tell me what is your mantra, or like what is your secret of consistency? Because like for most of people, they start degrees, then they drop off, or they just like lose the interest. So what kept you motivated to pursue these kind of academic achievements?
So basically, I would like to say two things. First, try to find a passion which is like which interests you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
where you don't feel like burdened and where you don't feel like okay, I'm being stressed out I'm not doing it for my own self. I am being forced by my parents or the society to do that.
Mhm.
If you find
Mhm.
that passion, it's great. But let's come
Mhm.
to reality. In
Mhm.
India or in, as you can say, Asian subcontinent, we don't
Mhm.
have that luxury or like opportunity to explore my passion. Who knows?
Yeah,
I would be good or great in golf, but I never played golf, or I
exactly.
never got the chance to try snowboarding. Maybe I would have been a
Yeah,
greatest snowboarder, but I have not tried that
Mhm.
passion. So basically, if you see the Asian subcontinent, it is like you don't get so many chances to explore yourself, that
Mhm.
which things sparks you. And
Mhm.
I feel there are 50% of population like me who doesn't know what is their passion. They know there's something called as a spark. I will tell you
Mhm.
a great line. I don't know where I heard it or just I
Mhm.
remember it. Is that
Mhm.
talent is something which you are born with, which you are good
Okay.
at naturally.
Okay.
The thing which you are good at naturally is called talent. Okay, maybe you
Okay.
could be talented in singing, maybe you could be talented
Yeah.
in drawing, maybe you are
Mhm.
talented in mathematics. But in
Mhm.
2025, the talent is useless because we have a cutthroat competition. So you have to
Mhm.
convert that talent into an employable skill. And
Mm.
skill requires hard work, dedication, and passion. These all three have to aligned.
Mhm.
So you may be talented in painting, but if you
Mhm.
see the talent which we are having in India or Indian subcontinent or in the world, there are a
Mhm.
thousand talented painters. But the
Mhm.
talented painters who puts in the hard work and commitment will become a scalable
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So that is the first scenario. The second scenario, where you don't know your passion.
Mhm.
Sometimes you are not liking the subject which you are being taught, or
Mhm.
somehow you are ended up in that profession.
Yeah.
In that scenario, you have to make out of it. You have to put it
Mhm.
in the hours. You have to suffer that pain. Okay, it's boring. It's not coming to my mind. Give it,
Exactly.
all of you, because there is no another plan B or chance. Maybe if you achieve that, get a settlement, get a stable job, become stable, or get a like a kind of financially independent, then again you can think your dream that okay, this thing excites me, and then you can start working in that direction. So
Exactly.
summarizing your question, for me in the
Mhm.
college, it was a kind of passion. As I told,
Mhm.
in my school days, I was kind of
Mhm.
lazy. I was not idiot to understand things, but I was
Mhm.
kind of lazy, focusing on playing and everything. When I went to
Mhm.
college, I felt, oh, now the serious time has come. You have to put in the hours. And yeah,
Mhm.
pain was also there. Sometimes I didn't like the subject. So you have to be consistent. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you just put 1 hour every day, but try to be consistent. That is the mantra.
Mantra. Wow, that's really great. I mean, I know you are like really passionate about your subject as well. Like when we had discussions, I don't know whether you can remember, like when we had dinner for the first time, yeah, in
Yeah,
India,
yeah.
in that small canteen, you were like explaining. I think it was night before to the our presentation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were like explaining to me, like, first of all, to be honest with you, it was like I didn't understand anything. First of all, because like it was too complicated for me because like our both subjects are like way too different. Like
Yeah.
it's like land and sky. So, but what I understood was first, like I knew that you had a great vision, and I knew that you were like really passionate about it. I think we were having like biryani or chapati or something like that. We were like like talking about it, and you were so passionate about it, and you explained to me this is what I'm gonna do, and this is the new trends and everything. I think it, even though it was a brief conversation, but we had a nice time. And the next day, actually, during that in the main hall, when you were presenting your paper, like the explanation, I was there. I was there. I actually came to see your work. It was marvelous. It was marvelous. The audience loved it, and it was really great joy for me because I always, in a way, even though we have met once, I really admire you, Ashutosh, because like I know you are like, you have a thirst for the knowledge. You're always like, finding it. You are not like trying
Yeah.
to settle down.
I
Okay, I
like
got my degree.
to
Yeah.
It's okay. Nothing fancy is there. You're too, what you say, kind of kind towards me. That all I can say.
Yeah. So I really admire that drive because a lot of people don't have that drive, Ashutosh, in these days because most of the people, they just, pretty much lazy. They just want to earn something and just settle down. They don't want to improve themselves or whatnot. But in that case, you are not like that. You are different. And one more thing, like now, for example, if someone, a fresh person who's trying to enter to a degree program, let's say bachelor's or even master's, what's the one advice that you can give to them? Like, okay, the passion is there, that's true. The consistency is there, that's true. But are there any other factors that you should consider in this AI era when you are starting a degree, Ashutosh?
Well, to be honest, there are different paradigms. Okay. The same thing I can say as I talked in my earlier discussion with you right now is that there are three scopes. The first scope, you're very clear that what is your passion. This is what you are good at. If I have to
Mhm.
summarize some people, I can clearly make a demarcation that there are going to be two kinds of people who is
Mhm.
more aligned towards arts, humanities,
Mhm.
music, culture, acting, these type of people who
Yeah.
doesn't get the maths and the logic and the science behind it.
Yeah.
And there are people who know who cannot speak so much frequently or freely on the camera, or they are not like good dancers or anything, but they are
Yeah.
very good with the logic, with the maths. Actually, if you see,
Exactly.
it is the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. How like somebody like the right hemisphere is more dominant, and on the another one, the left hemisphere
Yeah.
is dominant. So I
Yeah.
would say if you're a right hemisphere person, like if you're much into the arts, humanities, don't take a science subject. Okay, try to do wonders in that arts and humanities. And similarly, if you are in the logic, don't try to enter in that area. But yeah, our
Exactly.
mind, we want the both of the worlds. There are many people who like, oh, I can also learn this. You can
Yeah.
definitely learn it, but it will be a very painful process. And if you are
Got
willing, passionate enough to go to that painful process, you are welcomed. So whenever you are choosing a degree, keep this in my
it.
mind. Keep this in your
Hmm.
mind.
Hmm.
Second, there is something called as employability also. Okay, you have to see the practicality also.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like because lunch is not gonna be free. Okay, so if you think that okay, your family condition and everything is not okay, of
Yeah.
course the reality is in arts and humanities the employability is less. You are not going to
Hmm.
get jobs very easily.
Hmm. Hmm.
For that, try to have a tech degree. Right now, computer science is going very good. Yeah, AI
Mhm.
is coming. The jobs are gonna reduce, but still you
Mhm.
will find the job in that area only. There's nothing else to work upon. Okay. And
Exactly.
in that domain, take the job.
Yeah.
Somehow you have to be the best. Okay, you have to
Mhm.
be just an average to get the job. And
Yeah.
after that, you can still pursue your dream of arts and humanities. That is going to
Mhm.
be the second advice.
Mhm.
There was recently a very important paper published by Microsoft, which
Mhm.
discussed which are the top 30 or 40 jobs which is going to be replaced by AI.
Yeah.
And they have also given a list which is not never gonna be replaced by AI. So the
Got it.
jobs which are not going to be replaced by AI is literally manual labor jobs. Okay,
Mhm.
it is going to be
Mhm.
carpentry, it is going to be machine services, plumbing,
Mhm.
nursing. These type of jobs are never gonna be like reduced from the market. How much
Got it.
AI becomes skillful, so in
Got it.
that scenario, if you think you're good with tools, you're good with mechanics, you're good with
Mhm.
carpentry, there is no shame in pursuing that job. Because in upcoming area, as our countries are going from developing towards the developed stage, these
Mhm.
jobs will earn a very good living because manual labor will be in shortage, and people who can
Mhm.
do it will be paid well. So, but
Mhm.
still, if you are going to do that kind of job, if you have that, because some people from the ninth and 10th, they like doing carpentry or they are good with the tools, they do with the household or extra work, but still
Yeah.
get education. Because if you get an education, you will know how to turn that skill into an agency, become a business owner,
Mhm.
try to hire
Mhm.
somebody else, how to set a website, how to do a marketing. So that
Mhm.
will enhance your employability. So
Got
these
it.
are the scenarios you have to put yourself. Okay, if your family is well-to-do, you are from a well-to-do family.
Mm.
If your passion is art and humanities, take it. If you're not going to get job for 2 3 years, you are trying to make in the industry or the singing industry, acting industry, or whatever art form you want to do, you have the support at your family so that you can take those years to break in. But if
Got
you
it.
know family condition is not good, taking this is going to put you more burden and more pressure. So better skill would be to take some employable job like BTech computer science, BSc, or something that gets you hired quickly. And then
Mhm.
if you're still having that passion for your arts, go to the arts field. And the third, if you are passionate into tech, go into
Mm.
tech. So this is
Okay.
the dimensions. This is just one dimension. If you're good at with biology, try to do doctor. There's a lot of position in research in physics,
Mhm.
chemistry, biology,
Mm.
biotechnology. If you're good with
Exactly.
accounting, commerce, you can do the tax consultant, banking. That
Mm.
type of roles is still there. So you can pick what excites you. And
Mm.
if the thing is not exciting and your family is not doing very well, try
Mm.
to pick something. You have to bear the pain to get
Mhm.
to stability phase.
Mhm. Mhm. I mean, I like that, Ashutosh, because like the way you are looking at it, because like most of the Sri Lankan, even like some of my colleagues, they come to the university just because they got selected. We have something called A levels here in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
So they get selected for the university. They just come to the university because it's kind of like a how to say, a bragging thing to enter the university because it's very competitive here.
Okay.
And after that, they don't have any plans. They just like focus on the assignments. They don't think about these trends, how the job market is changing. They don't really think about that. And they're trying to think about it at the final year, right?
Okay.
Once they're like about to graduate, then they think about, okay, like what I'm going to do, like whether I can apply for a job or not. But then they're like too late. Even some of my colleagues, they are doing some jobs which is not really related to the degree. I'm not saying that we have to do a job in the degree field, but at least if we are putting 4 years in our life, we have to get something out of it, isn't it?
So there I want to point one very important line. The
Yeah.
difference between Indian subcontinent and Western country is in Western country getting education is expensive, and if you
Yeah.
get a degree in like if you get a university degree in any of the Western countries,
Yeah.
job is guaranteed. Why?
Exactly.
Because there the culture of working is kind of like people are very carefree. They don't value or they don't fear the employer. So the employer just sees one thing, that if a person can come to a university for 4 straight years, make that
Exactly.
attendance.
There was a
I
line in a film also. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
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 yeah. So I can assume if the person is coming to the
yeah,
university for 4 straight years,
yeah,
showing up there, he will show up to my job. So they
yeah.
don't even like there the cross functionality of working is very different. You maybe have
Mm.
a degree in biology and you are working as an accountant because they believe you are consistent enough to get a degree. I will teach you accounting in my 6 months. But the
Exactly.
problem with the Indian subcontinent and like lot of Indian subcontinent or Asian people, we are too
Mm.
much population and many people are coming from that poverty. So consistent also consistency is like very rampant. You will find everybody being responsible and consistent. So
Okay.
here the
Why?
things
Because they are
comes the knowledge.
yeah, yeah.
So you
That's
have to actually think like how you don't have to be best in the world to get hired. You have to just be an average to get hired. After that you can
exactly.
figure it out which is your dream passion or what do you want to do, because to become the best in your field you have to have the passion, but just to get hired you have to be an average person. That's the reality, and there is no
Exactly.
wrong in being average.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I really agree with that notion. And one more thing, Ashutosh, like now we talked about your like your point of view towards academic and the job markets and trends and whatnot. But what about your personal life? For an example, like what do you do when you are not researching, or do you play cricket, or do you listen to music? Do you do yoga? Like, how do you balance your personal life, and what do you do in your free time as a, academic guy? Yeah.
Well, to be very honest, if somebody asks me this question,
Yeah.
I never got that much time in my life to pursue any hobby.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it sounds very bad, but like
Yeah.
all my life, actually after my graduation, in graduation I did follow my hobby of being in debating and in quizzing society. There I followed my hobby, maybe playing
Okay.
cricket and like roaming around, traveling. That I what you
Okay.
say fit in the college. After
Okay.
college, I said I prepared for the bureaucratic exams of India. So that
Okay.
time, you don't have the luxury or leverage to enjoy your hobbies. You should enjoy your hobbies. After that, I
Mm-hmm.
came to company and then like moved to academics. So I didn't get that time. But last from 2 and 3 years, I don't know. I'm so much into fitness. So every day I spend around 2 to 3 hours in gym. So that is my fitness. Like I love being working out and going to gym or running.
Sure, very nice. Because I want to ask you that because like a lot of people, especially when we are dealing with students, some people are like they are only focusing on the study. They don't think about a balanced diet or their physique or their even mental health sometimes. But they are end up with, yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
used to love movies and series. I was a movie buff and I used to enjoy my Marvels and DC movies and like enjoy all of
Yeah.
them, watch them at the first day at the first show. But I
Yeah.
don't know, with growing up, with getting old, I don't like enjoying the movies. There is a like funny thing which I would like to make an anecdote. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid, I used to love play video games. Okay, and I
Mm-hmm.
was so much into video games and playing GTA, Vice City, all those games, complete
Mm-hmm.
them, like complete all the missions. Never use cheat code. So I
Yeah.
was so much into video gaming, and
Uh-huh.
the time came my computer become like redundant. It was not having that computing power to process new games. So it was like generation behind. It could not like play the new games into it. So
Got
when
it.
I went into college, then again, a lot of things happened. But when I got my job after 1 year, I had the money to purchase a like gaming laptop or like high-end laptop that can play games. So I purchased a high-end gaming laptop,
Okay.
and I was like so excited, like a child. I brought the game back to me. I opened the laptop, installed all those games, but I don't know, after playing 1 hour, I felt, oh, this is reality. I don't relate to it. I'm not
Got
enjoying it.
it.
So that is the day when I installed those games, never played again. So same thing is happening
Wow.
with movies.
Yeah, that's really nice because, like, sometimes we think, when we are in the race, like in the academic race, or when we are like doing jobs, sometimes we think that, okay, this person is perfect, and like I'm behind the race. But everyone has their ups and downs, isn't it? Like, uh,
Yeah.
not all days are good days. Sometimes you have bad days. Sometimes you just have to rethink about your ambitions and whatnot. And Ashutosh, like, I want to talk about your startup. We actually
Okay.
small brief discussion yesterday as well. So you have started a thing called academic mining.
Yeah.
So let's talk about academic mining for my viewers. What is academic mining? Why you have started it? What inspired you to start this project? And yeah, and the future of it. Yeah.
So I have started a small startup called as academicmining.com. And there are like four objectives to academic mining. The first objective, I will tell you the problem point, and I will tell you the objective that relates to that problem point. Right now, AI wave is coming. Everybody is using AI, and lot of people are using AI in research. So because I am a
Mhm.
researcher, I am a PhD, I know that okay, using AI is good. Now there
Mhm.
are two connotations in the market. The first connotation says that it's good to use AI, but
Mhm.
majority of 90% of people, they are using in the form of plagiarism. Okay, they are not using it ethically. And there
Mhm.
are 30 to 40% population which hinders upon, which sees in a bad way, oh, you are using AI, you are not
Mhm.
being ethical. The connotation itself using AI
Mhm.
like makes 40% of the population bad, that oh, you are using AI, you are not an ethical person. But the
Mhm.
actual reality lies somewhere in between. When the calculator came, if I will say that, oh, you're using calculator, you are not good at maths, that is a very wrong statement. Calculating numbers is
Exactly.
not math. The logic behind where to add the plus, where to add subtraction, where to use percentage is maths. The logic
Mhm.
is behind the maths, not the calculating part.
Mhm.
Similarly, AI can give you a paragraph or something, but still we have lot of check and balance at the publishing level,
Mhm.
where your copy and pasted material is going to get rejected. So you may pass your university assignments, you may pass
Mhm.
your university level of exams, and that too in
Mhm.
India,
Mhm.
because Indian subcontinent we are not so much strict with the assignments. You're not going to
Okay.
get even passed with your assignments in Western countries. That you can do it in India only, but coming for the paper, you are going to get
Mhm.
rejected if you are using copy and pasting. So my first point is how to educate people to use AI ethically in your day-to-day research life, how you can benefit it from it. Because the pain point
Mhm.
is from the advent of AI, Chinese and American researchers have exponentially pushing out papers, and that
Mhm.
too ethically. And if you see the Scopus or Web of Science of total number of papers published after 2023, it is an exponential graph. But if you see
Mhm.
Indian or Indian subcontinent, it is nowhere behind the Chinese and the American people. So to educate them
Mhm.
how to use the AI, the second pain point was we are already in a developing country. We don't have too
Mhm.
much of money, and as a students, we are very deficit in money and financial part. So there are n
Mhm.
number of tools. Okay, you cannot buy every tool. You can
Exactly.
use as cars. Okay, car. Suppose you are a like a mid 40 person. Okay, who is economical, who's having a money constraint. Okay, and whose activities day to day going from home to office, office to home, and
Mhm.
you need to buy a car. So are going to
Mhm.
get a Lamborghini or Ferrari. That will not
Mhm.
serve for use case, because Lamborghini and Ferrari is like a sports car for fancy people. You may to
Mhm.
have some hatchback who is great on economy and fuel, that will serve your purpose. Similarly, we are
Exactly.
having a number of tools designed for a number of purposes. Everything is
Mhm.
having some feature. So at academicmining.com, we want to test those tools first, because me
Mhm.
and there are a lot of people where we test
Mhm.
that tool, we find out what is actually giving good results. So we will publish them on our website on a monthly basis. That okay, for if you want to use Gap Finder, Research Gap Finder, use this tool. If you want to do
Mhm.
systematic literature review, use this tool. If you want to do data analysis, use this
Got
tool.
it.
If you want to
Got
do
it.
quantitative data analysis, use this tool. If you want to
Got
do qualitative, do use this tool. So every
got
bifurcation, even a small part will be added in our website. And the fourth point is, as a
Mhm.
mentor, as a PhD aspirant, when you go through
Mhm.
the journey of 5 years, there are many nuances which you only know that this works. If
Exactly.
somebody comes to me and asks me, Ashutosh, which is the best tool for scraping web data? So
Mhm.
I can easily say that, okay, Selenium is better than Beautiful Soup library. That is the expertise which I
Got
am
it.
having of using it for 2 years. Okay.
Mhm.
So that mentorship I'm trying to create, where people can come and book one-to-one sessions with our experts, which are on which is displayed on our website. Each expert is expert in their domain. We have like a domain of people in biology, chemistry, and we are adding more people to it. And as
Mhm.
the person comes to our website, if he really likes the profile, we are very transparent. We have their Google ID, Orchid Scholar ID, so they can go and see actually this person is knowledgeable or not, and then they
No.
can like connect to it. And why connecting to scholars? Because to be very honest, the quality of guides in India. or subcontinent is very bad. They are like, I don't want to use the word, but they are useless. They have not been updated to newer times. They are still lagging way behind. They can have a very
Got
good
it.
knowledge at some theoretical parts, but that theoretical
Got
part
it.
is also changing these days. So
Got
these
it.
are the four things which we are trying to solve. And fifth,
Mhm.
we are also trying to give some what you say tools which is like not available in the market. So we are trying to develop that.
Wow. I mean, I humbly request my viewers, especially my students at the university and the people who are watching these and my IELTS students, go to academicmining.com. It's a wonderful website. Actually, Ashutosh introduced me to that website. I think I have to sit couple of days to go through it because it's really valuable. Last night, I actually went through the Instagram reels. You were like nicely explaining, and by the way, editing was really nice. Huh? I really appreciate the editing part. The content was really like very engaging. You were like nicely. You had nice hooks there. So last night I got some chance to watch it, but I think I need a couple of more days to study the site and like go through the tools and whatnot. So and one more thing, I should be very thankful to Ashutosh. Like most of the people. I mean, we talked about this yesterday as well. Most of the people, they just learn the theory, they just publish a book and just go on with their day. They just like get a job and that's about it. But what you are trying to do is you are trying to create a service, and you are trying to like do something out of the box, right? Not like in the conventional way. So I really appreciate that. I really like that, and it's like really inspiring to do that. And Ashutosh, lastly, it's almost 40 minutes. I think we can wrap it up. But last,
Yeah.
I want to ask you one question. Where do you see yourself within next 10 to 15 years? Where do you want to position yourself?
Okay. So it is kind of interview question which is generally asked by HR people. Where do you see in yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Yeah.
To be honest, I never thought of like working as a company or starting this service. That
Yeah.
is like a secondary part. But in my domain, there are a few things, still some discoveries or like a problems or gaps left in our science. So I want to either solve one of them. So I should be remembered in 10 to 15 years solving one of the pain points in my academics world, like in my information science. I think there's something called as H index. Every academic professors have an H index. So
Yeah.
that H index is not a very good tool to judge people. Why? Because
Mm.
the persons from a science background will have a very great H index because they take very frequently, they publish papers. But the same
Mm-hmm.
social science or humanities paper will not get cited so much because the topic can be different. You make a small discovery in
Mm.
science, it has to be used by everybody to move further. That is not the
Mm.
case with the what you say with the humanities and social science people. So like
Okay.
that is a pain point. It's not a rocket science. Everybody knows this pain point. Who
Yeah.
will be able to solve this will have a name to them that okay, they have come with a better index to judge professors and authors.
Okay. Very nice. And guys, if you want to contact Ashutosh, I think Ashutosh is in is on Instagram, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I am from Instagram.
you're on Instagram and academicmining.com, obviously. So you guys can like go to that website and contact Ashutosh and like
And
he's yeah.
we will be soon launching one of our stylizer where you can convert any AI text into your own style of writing and
Mhm.
to all of the users and viewers of Prabodh Bhai, it will be free for lifetime. It will be beta access. It will be free for lifetime.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank you very
whoever
much.
comes to Prabodh Bhai
Yeah.
Instagram channel, they will get the link there itself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate it. This is like, it's like even my first like tech pitch, like, I never really got the opportunity to like talk to like a real tech entrepreneur. Like, we had discussions in the university, okay, we'll start a company, but you are trying to make this academicmining.com a reality. So it's a great thing, and I always look up to you, Ashutosh Bhai. So first,
Okay.
and thank you very much for attending the session today, and definitely we will have another session as soon as
Yeah.
possible. So
Okay.
Ashutosh, thank you very much for attending the session today.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for inviting me to your channel, and I was like, it was a pleasant discussion. We discussed on a quite slices of life. It was
Exactly.
nice to be here.
We will discuss. We have lot to discuss, isn't it? We'll
Yeah,
discuss more.
yeah,
So thank you, bye. And I'm going to end the session now. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you.